and you can do a better job by cleaning the image. Better job than I did, as you can see. And let me go ahead and fix it real quick. I'm gonna undo the image size. Look at that 100% right now. And that's 100% on that image. Let's go to that building. See how noisy it is? And 66% is this much. That's the difference. So it's less noise. And let me, I think I'm at the wrong building. I was at this building, right? Yeah, so you can see that this is the 100%, and when we're gonna go to 67, see the quality, it's sharper and less noise, and it's fine with us because we already have a huge resolution. When you're gonna print, it's still fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I guess put the mask. Yeah, I gotta go back and redo the whole thing to fix this. But anyways, you got an idea, right? You just gotta do a better job. I was in a hurry. I'm just gonna save this image and I'm gonna come back to it. And I'm just gonna come back to some layers and redo and do a better job. So as again, right now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna size this image to like 66% and keep it at 50 megapixels, which is dramatic quality, which is going to be like, I don't know, like 40 by 50 by 20, you know, printing at the high quality as possible, and inches as a high quality as possible. But before that, before we're gonna size down the image, the last retouch, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna reduce the noise a little bit on a full quality as possible, at the full size as possible. We're gonna reduce the noise and then we're gonna resize it down. It's better do it like so, because when you're gonna resize it down and then reduce the noise, it's gonna remove a little bit of the sharpness. When you're gonna reduce the noise and resize it down, it's going to be sharper. Trust me, it's what I'm believing in and during my experience with Photoshop. Alright, so we have that 70 megapixel. What we're gonna do now, just we're gonna find the noisy part. Let's say this one. We're gonna go to 100%, so we're gonna see the difference. And let's say the noise is right here, right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to image. We're gonna go to filter, and as again filter noise. We're gonna go reduce noise, and it's gonna take to load sometime on slower computer. And I like to use those settings right here. Okay, and when you're gonna move your mouse, you're gonna see the noise right here. Let me see. When you're moving your mouse, you see those dots? The dots called noise. When you're gonna release the mouse, it's gonna take effect, and you're not gonna see it anymore. So that's how kinda we can see how noisy it is right now, and we're gonna apply the effect how it's going to be at the 100%. And you can see it takes almost up to 80% of those dots. Alright, and let's just real quick just go and check the sharpness, how sharp it's going to be. If it's going to be sharp enough for us, or it's a little bit too much. And preserve the details, because we want to keep the sharpness as well. Yeah, as you can see, that's how sharp it is. Originally, when you're moving mouse non-stop, it's showing the original image. When you stop, it's applying the settings. And how it is now. So we're gonna preserve more details. So we're gonna find that middle where those details not gonna reflect too much on our noise, and they're going to be good on building sharpening. I think this is good enough. Just removes that, and the building removes that extra noise. Alright, so it will do. I'm gonna click apply, and we're gonna just see in a second how it's gonna change. So keep in mind, just watch this image and you're gonna see the new image in a second. You're gonna see how much details it's ruined and how much noise it took away. So if we're gonna be satisfying, we're gonna just let it go and then resize the image. Size it down by 66%, make it 66%, about like 50 megapixels. Alright, as you can see, it just applied, and it's almost like 66%, very clear now. Look, it's much clearer than it was. Let me see if I can do undo on the high resolution, and you're gonna see the difference. Undo. See that noise over here? Keep your eye over here. I'm not sure if it's gonna show on video or not, but there is a dots, and I'm gonna redo, step forward, and let's remove the dots. Alright, not sure if you can see it or not. Alright, this is our image right now. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna save it. Let me save it as a different file. I'll call it E as edited. And now I'm gonna size it down. It's always good to have multiple, if you have enough storage, it's always good to have multiple Photoshop files, and save your image, keep your image saved as full resolution, like those 70 megapixels, and then when you resizing it down, save it as another Photoshop file, just because you cannot go back to that 100% after you resize it. And if you're gonna close the Photoshop, it's not gonna do any more undos, and there is no way for you to go undo after you start this, after you're gonna open this file like in a week. So it's always have to have two files, large and size down. Why? Because you can always print at the full resolution if you wanted to. Okay, so as a tip, when you're gonna, it's always good to keep the master and then the edited version size down, and maybe you can name it your own ways. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna, I went to image size, and pixel percent, and I'm gonna say 66. Gonna click OK. It's going to be 40, almost 40 inches by 10 inches, which is huge panoramic image. At the 100%, it's going to be very clear, so much details. And keep in mind, it can go double of this on the printing, and you're not gonna see like artifacts or noise. Almost can go double. Like it can easily go to 20 by 80 inches, and it's going to be very clear. Photoshop just using the formula, when it's guarantee you those inches. When you're gonna print, you're gonna receive the what you see on the screen, the quality that you see on the screen at 100%. That's how the formula works. But you know, when you're gonna zoom in, it doesn't give you that much distortion, and you can go and print it double of that size and it's still gonna look okay, like even good sometimes, like good, and yeah, in most of the cases good, sometimes like very good. When you're gonna go double, let me go image, when you're gonna go double over the document size, let's say if you're gonna print it in 60 by 20, it's still gonna look okay. It just, Photoshop just tells you that this is how it's gonna look at the 100%, the way you see it, the way you're gonna receive it when you're gonna print it at the good printer. So here's the 100%, 66, here's the 100%. So the way I see it right now, the way I'm gonna receive it over the printer, this quality right here, and as you can see, it's very clear, it's beautiful. Okay, and I'm totally satisfied with this. I'm gonna just clean some, even I'm gonna keep this one, nobody is gonna see a difference, it's like a shadow or something. And I'm just gonna clean that lens defects over here, and this image is set to go. I can print it on my wall, and you just learned a good lesson. And let's say that you don't want that panoramic image, you just want this stuff right here. You change your mind. So what you gotta do, you're gonna click on the Mark Q tool, and on the style you're gonna select fixed ratio, and you're gonna type 3:2. 3:2 is the regular DSLR, and aspect ratio fixed. Let's say you want to just this right here, you want to like beautiful like this, right? So you select this, and then you're gonna go crop, and then save it as a different file, just in case if you're gonna change your mind, there is no way for you to go back. And personally, if I were a Photoshop developer, I would do those unlimited undos anytime. I would save them into the PSD file. Yes, PSD file would be larger, but at least it will give you your footprints back if you want them. If I were a designer, you know, and it's easy to do as a developer.